Turn your radios up. Turn your radios up. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know who this is. B-Eazy That Dude, an impromptu stream back with another one. This one is a double header. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a doozy. Now, I really won't be here for a long time, but it will be a strong time. With that being said, y'all know I don't like to keep y'all waiting. So, before we get this thing started, you know, I gotta hit you.
If you know the song, sing along. Yeah, you're right.
私も地元民と言っても時間はぐらいです。もう友達できたの？うん。ぶったまんまこっち見ない。
No regular, none of your competitors. Niggas better catch up like 10 steps ahead. Look, this promethazine got me leaning like a cholo in the club. I'm 20 deep. I don't be riding solo. Pull some bad bitches, they vanilla and cocoa. They wanna take some photos when we kick it out in Soho. Chicks are showing tits and popping pussy for my promo. Told them like juvenile, baby, move it for me slow-mo. Then I'm right back to the block, cause I keep getting moto. I be flipping, not shrinking. I don't give a fuck about no ho. This nigga name ain't D-Lo, but pimpin' these bitches and stacking his bricks forever be my stilo. This is B-Eazy Dat Dude in the trap making pass smooth. If I ever go broke, then I'm about to pull a jack move. Since a nigga healthy, I don't even gotta worry. With my bitch from Fiji eating tandoori and chicken curry, that ism is really in me. My pimp ain't international. I design my own clothes, so I be always looking fashionable. Here's a couple facts about me that y'all didn't know. Some of y'all be getting bread, but I be getting bigger, dawg. I got bigger guns and a whole lot of bad. And we are activated. We gonna get right into this thing. And John Sinatra, if you got some time, come on up. Just let me know. I'll send you the link on the gram. Yeah, let me know. I won't be here for a long time, but it will be a strong time. Y'all seen the title. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Look at this imagery right here. Look at this imagery. Just give me uno momento to try to make this a little bit bigger. So these dudes are supposed to be the big bad alpha males. If you see the shortest dude there, and this is not height shaming, you know, I'm not 6 feet tall, you know what I mean? So, you know, but I'm also not a midget. Oops, my bad. Midget is politically incorrect. Midget is supposed to be replaced with little person. So the tiniest person is in the room has the biggest reach and the biggest influence, which shows you that you know what I mean, you could get something popping, you know, even with this short stature. I'm showing this because these dudes are supposed to be, and John, you know what I call Nick, the Mexican maniac. That's what he is, the midget Mexican maniac. But because it doesn't sound as good if I say the little person Mexican maniac. So the midget Mexican maniac, it does kind of flow better. But look at this. These dudes are supposed to be the alpha-est of alpha males. But when you start breaking it down, many of these dudes are moist, pathetic maniacs. I forgot the moist. The moist midget maniac Mexican is the ringleader of all of these people. They got the dude in the back, Sneeko. The dude is clearly some sort of Filipino, I think he is. And some days he'll say he's black. Other days he says that he's biracial. You know what I mean? But if you look at him, nothing is black about him. If you look at the Tate brothers, they'll call black people niggers and say, hey, my dad is black. My dad is black. But if you ask them, are they black? They say, no, we're biracial. So they only say that they're black when they're calling black people niggers. Ironically, they got this other dude, some clown named clavicular. I'll call him clownvicular. This dude is into looks maxing, where he takes all sorts of testosterone. He said he gets injections in his penis. He takes testosterone shots. He wears makeup. He does all sorts of things to try to beautify himself, and it's called look maxing. So all of these dudes are supposed to be the alpha-ist of alpha males. I'm going to react to a video from Amazing Lucas, and I think his video is a bit satire, but we'll get right into the video. Let me know if y'all know any of these people. Are y'all subscribed to them? Do y'all pay for their Patreon? Do they give y'all good game? What? Let me know. All right, let's get into it.
They all are, to be honest with you. And I don't really have much to say, to be honest with you. I just don't. Okay. Now, what I'm referring to is, Fuentes, the Tate brothers, this Clav guy, Myron, or better known as Ahmoud Fadul, the Sudanese dude, a bunch of these homosexuals walk into a club, right? And they're playing the Hail Hitler song. Now, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Do you understand how bad the economy has to be that you are literally outsourcing white supremacy?
And what up with it, JB Quinn? Let me know if you want to come up, you or John. I'll drop the link so that y'all can come up with. And before I get it started, I've been joined by some illustrious guests, none other than Roger Meadows, Shara King, Johnson Different, JB Quinn, and oh no, I gotta hit her. Is that Lola? Is that you? This can't. Lola, I didn't even know you were subscribed to me, so I gotta hit you.
Oh, damn. Dr. Fresh. Wait a minute. I know you. Wait a minute.
Lola, is that really you? Shout out to Lola and shout out to Black Love. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you tied the knot or will be tying the knot in the future, but it's a beautiful thing to see. So salute to love Lola. You know, me and Lola always like to clash. I'm probably the only one who defeated Lola in a debate. You know what I mean? Lola, Lola is undefeated in a debate, except when she battles me. Other than that, Lola, she is GOAT tier with her debate tactics. So I love not her tactics, also her information. So Lola, salute to you and the family. Much love. Yeah, you are extremely solid. But yeah, I didn't even know where you been at, Lola. Where you been? And like my brother JB says, Black love. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. But Lola, if you want to come up, John or JB, because I know these people are credible in terms of with their acumen, but we're going to get right into the video. Salute to y'all. I love y'all. The people coming in heavy, the illustrious guest is rolling in. And this is the realest chat on YouTube. And John, you help continue make it realer. Salute to John. You know what I mean? This is my Brody. You feel me? One of the day ones. And shout out to Shara King. Black love is a beautiful thing. See, some people get afraid to say that because there's been a demonization of the city, of the community. You hear about a lot of this gender war stuff, but when you look at when people get married, when Black people get married, disproportionately they marry other Black people. So and look, you can love whoever you want. You know what I mean? I'm not the dick detective. You know what I mean? I'm not the vagina police. Like, love who you love, do who you do. All we're saying is that there has been attack on the Black nuclear family and Black love in general. So when I see it, when I hear about it, and I know that it's authentic and genuine, I mean, I think we should take the time to celebrate and commemorate that at any chance we can, especially since there's an attack and assault on it. We got to have some sort of adulation for it as well. So salute to them. And she says, salute. I've been boo caking, to be honest. I know I've been like, where the hell is Lola at? I've been trying to get Lola on the stream. Lola has been cupcaking. Lola, Miss O'Shun, change your name to Miss Betty Crocker. Miss Betty Crocker possible, because you've been cupcaking, no feeling, but it's a beautiful feeling. So salute to you. You deserve the cupcake, and your man deserved to be cupcaked on. Right? Y'all cupcake each other. Y'all the bakery couple. So keep on caking. Appreciate you, Lola. Salute.
have much to say, to be honest with you. I just don't. Okay. Now, what I'm referring to is, Fuentes, the Tate brothers, this Clav guy, Myron, or better known as Ahmoud Fadul, the Sudanese dude. A bunch of these homosexuals walk into a club, right? And they're playing the Hail Hitler song. Now, what are we doing, bruh? What are we doing? Do you understand how bad the economy has to be that you are literally outsourcing white supremacy? Do you understand that Hitler, the people that you have this Sudanese clown, all right, this absolute just buffoon, seeking hail in the bus. Do you understand that?
And that shows you what's pathetic. And Myron, get a new shirt. He keeps wearing this shirt with a Cookie Monster because Nick Fuentes, who I call Nick Fruentes or Nick Fagwentes, he was making a Holocaust joke saying that, hey, they were being burnt alive like cookies, etc. Y'all can look that up. So Myron Gaines, aka Myron Lames, aka the Sudanese tether, whose name is Amarou Foudil. That's what his name is. He made a shirt with cookies, to be like anti-Semitic, and every time you see him, he's always wearing this stuff. That lets you know he ain't foundational Black American freedman. That lets you know. See, this is how it is. This how ill we is with our culture, right? If we went to a function, a jump off, you feel me, a sideshow or something last Friday, we ain't gonna wear the same fit that we wore Friday. We're gonna be conscientious of that. Man, I wore these J's at this turnout, the last event, right? I'm gonna wear something different. Now, that may not be a big deal. I'm just saying these are the nuances of our culture. This dude is going everywhere. He went to TPS USA wearing this shirt. He is at the club wearing this t-shirt. Everybody else is in a suit. And Myron Gaines is wearing a shirt with a Sesame Street character on there, talking about he's a high value alpha male. The dude is a Sudanese tether who doesn't even look like us at all. All the stuff he tries to say about us, oh, you niggas look like monkeys, is like, bruh, you actually really look more monkey-esque and camel-esque than anyone. You're more African than us, like you always say. But let's get back into the video though. But they're over here playing Kanye, Heil Hitler, and they think that this makes them an edgelord because, yeah, man, we don't care if white people say nigga, and so what if they do a Nazi salute? So this is supposed to make them so edgy, and that, oh man, who cares if you're a Nazi? And they know that the Nazis, you think the Nazis would have liked Myron? So he thinks that see, this is the type of dude who's not, because when I mentioned the term buck breaking, it is a physical act, but the most important and imperative aspect of buck breaking is the psychological buck breaking. Once you buck break someone psychologically, you really don't have to do much physical. When you say jump, they say how high. That's the psychological aspect of buck breaking. But when it comes to Myron Lanes, Amarou Foudil, he voluntarily buck breaks himself. He's the type that don't just kiss butt. He's firmly plants his hands on the cheeks, spreads them open, licks up and down and all around. He's not just a butt kisser. He's a crack licker. Every time you see this dude, the big alpha male, he's laid up with some white zaddies. Look, shout out to John, JB Quinn, Big Rig, Spit, my bro Travion. I got a lot of family people out there that I rock with and that I love. If you see me in a picture with them, you ain't gonna never, ever, ever see me laid up with them, cuddling them like some little hoe or some little teddy bear. But there's countless pictures of Myron Gaines hugged up with white dudes kissing on him and fondling near his booty hole. And he's saying, no, bro, boys will be boys. Look, I got a lot of boys. I got a lot of homies. I got a lot of niggas, and none of them ever got close to my gluteus maximus. That ain't happening. But what Myron has happened over and over and over. And this is the dude that young men are looking to for game? Okay, let's get back into it.
This Sudanese clown, all right, this absolute just buffoon, seeking hail in the bus. Do you understand that if Hitler were to see a bunch of brown and black people talking about Hail Hitler, that he would off himself?
Damn.
do you not understand that? I just like, what are we talking about? How are the white supremacists, right? And I guess maybe this gives this gives a little truth to the whole white replacement. Because now the white supremacists and the white nationalists are all black and brown. And I'm just like, what's going on here, fam? What's happening here, right? And it's just like, if you think about it, what this really is, it's just queer eye for the straight guy. Genuinely. That we've already seen this show, bruh. I've already seen this show, okay? Queer eye for the straight guy. Bunch of gay dudes who are trying to help straight men. And the crazy part is they're not even doing that. They're not even helping straight guys. They're trying to turn straight guys into gay guys.
Beta.
Now, many people are like, well, Lucas, this is similar to metrosexuality. Now, let me tell you something. This is nothing like metrosexuality, okay? For those who don't know, it was pretty big back in the day, especially among, millennials who were growing up at the time, where you had these dudes who were essentially trying to maximize their appearance, okay? That were very meticulous about how they looked, but it was to attract women. That's what you have to understand. The goal was getting women. It was not attracting men. It was not getting attention. It was as far as being the most hygienic, the most attractive that you could be to attract women. That's what it was about, okay? That you took a little too much time and energy into how you looked. This whole looks maxing, this is to attract other men.
Beta.
That's what y'all don't understand. This is a homosexual movement. That is what's going on under the veneer, under the guise of mogging and stupid stuff like that. Do you understand there's nothing new? We had miring back in the day, all right? When we had gym culture, you miring, bro. Now, what is it now turned into? Mogging. Now they have just completely rainbow-tized everything that had an appearance of masculinity.
Beta.
Let's break it down. You have what? Andrew Tate, homosexual. What is he telling dudes to do? He told you that if it was between an ugly woman, biological woman, and an attractive trans woman, that you should sleep with the trans woman, or he believes there's something wrong with you.
Would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can scoot it.
Switch to TurboTax. Brother,
Now, this I would love to, since Lola seems to be the only woman in the chat who has revealed herself. What do you think about that? Because Andrew Tate, who says he's not gay, but in this hypothetical situation, he says, if you have a trans person and, they have a penis, but if they have a pretty face and, your options are a trans person versus an ugly woman, then you should smash the trans person, because if you smash a pretty trans person, that's not gay. So like what is he really trying to say? If you smash an ugly trans person, it is gay, but if the trans person is hot, then suddenly it ain't gay. But this is the alpha male logic that people are following and saying, no, Andrew Tate is not gay. So what if he just likes to smash trans people over and over? He only smashes the hot ones. Like what are we really talking about here? And like JB says, I see why they call him the top G. You know what? Hey, Andrew Tate, I gotta hit you
with that freaky ass shit, nigga. You some freaky ass nigga. Fuck you mean?
Get your freaky ass on. You know you freak with that freaky ass shit, nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga. Fuck you mean? Get your freaky ass on. You know you freak.
It all makes sense now. The top G getting his backside blown out. Let's commence.
What's that?
That is homosexuality, bruh. I don't know what to tell you. If you are a man and you shooking another biological man, no, fam, that means you are a homosexual. It's simple as that.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
Then you have his brother. Well, his brother and them, how they made their money was exploiting women. They talking about, oh, the OnlyFans is horrible and this is horrible and the whole society and men this. Bro, y'all made your money off of essentially OnlyFans. What are we talking about? Break free of the matrix. They are the matrix.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Then we get into Fuentes. What? This 5'2" Mexican talking about white nationalism and everything, who's looking at trans adult content on his phone. Is this who y'all are listening to? Homosexual. That it just is what it is, a homosexual, clear as present day.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Then we get into Sneeko.
So yeah, this doesn't make any sense especially when it comes to the conservative movement, where they are just following Nick Fuentes like a puppy dog in heat. This dude is a moist midget Mexican maniac, and they talking about America first and heritage American. Like, there's nothing heritage about Nick Fuentes. But when people talk about him being a fruit pop, a lot of people don't even know, like, Nick Fuentes, no, he's not gay. He's going against the establishment. He has the Graper movement. But what is that movement? The movement is full of incels who hate black people, a bunch of out of shape weirdos who couldn't get a chick. They can't even get the fat, sloppy, out of shape women. So, all they do is circle jerk to Nick Fuentes' voice. But let's bring up some receipts before I proceed with the video. All you got to do is just go on Twitter. You can find this on various other sites, I'm sure, but I usually go on Twitter, now called X, but it's still Twitter. Elon bought it and I don't really care about that. But all I typed in was Nick Fuentes gay. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so here we have a video right here. Hold on. Okay, here we go right here. Okay, so this is a video right here. This is one of the dudes. His name is Clavicular. I call him Clownvicular. So Nick Fuentes, there's his boy is saying, hey, Nick Fuentes, I got some girls, bro. You want me to bring them over? And he's like, nah, I'm good. Like, huh? You came to the club. It's a bunch of baddies over there, right? And he like, hey, bro, I'm going to bring some baddies over to you. You don't even got to work. You just got to be over there and be the top G, like Andrew Tate. You just got to be super smooth and player with it. See, you can have mouthpiece, but Nick, you don't even have to use it. He's saying, I'm going to bring the girls over here. And Nick is like, nope, I'm okay. Hey, you think I'm lying? Let's hear it.
Yo, Nick, I'm going to bring some girls over for you. I'm good. Yo, Nick, I'm going to bring some girls over for you. I'm good.
So the dude said, yo, Nick, I'm going to bring some girls over for you. Please don't. Please don't. Like, god damn, bruh. This dude hates black people. He be foaming at the mouth, crust in the corner of his mouth, drooling, calling black people niggers. And then soon as somebody say, hey, I'm gonna bring some baddies over for you, please don't. He sounded petrified. Dude, damn. Are you that scared of the punani? Could you at least sniff the cooch? But they say, no, he's not gay. Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
You can't get a GF because of what you said. You can't say anything around women anymore.
Yeah.
The other day I said the word retarded and she looked at me like I said the N-word.
Fuck them. Honestly, I'm so sick of women. All the rules and you can't say this. And, you know, because it's like women are fucking retarded. They don't know anything. And I'm not talking about all women. Like the women that watch the show are really smart. No, but, you know, I'm just so sick of that face they make. I've just had it with that whole demeanor. You know what I'm talking about? That demeanor they have, that face they make. And it's like, don't make that face to me. I'll fucking punch you in the face. I'll wipe that stupid fucking face right off your face. You know what I mean? It's like, one, don't you fucking look at me like that. Two, you don't even know what you're talking about. Don't you love that when women don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they look at you like you're the idiot? It's like, you're smaller than me, you're weaker than me, you're an idiot, you can't do what I can do, and you're looking at me like I'm the asshole. It's just intolerable. I can't tolerate it anymore. And that kind of like beta male supplication where they go, you can't get a girlfriend. It's like, so you tell me what I should do. Should I change who I am so that a woman will give me the time of day? Like, I'm obviously hilarious, bring joy to people's lives, super smart, super articulate, nice guy, self-made, fortitude, fierce, you know, against all odds, am successful, et cetera, et cetera. Am I supposed to like change my worldview and change my... And I'm going to color inside the line so a woman will do me the fucking favor of rubbing my dick? Like, not to be vulgar, is that what you did? Like, I just thought that attack is just so coded with submission. This like, okay, let's assume you're right. Well, with that mindset, you're never going to get laid. It's like, okay, so I'm rich. I'm rich. I would say average, above average looks, famous. So I have notoriety. I have resources. Not a bad looking guy. Now I'm also going to change my opinions and change my behavior to suit a woman? Why? And in what way? I'm going to adopt a woman's political position, some stupid bit. I know a lot about politics. And the premise is I'm supposed to do that. Why? So I can get my rocks off? It's just like, people that are really into sex are just pathetic. That's when you realize that sex is really gay. Everyone made fun of me when I said that. It's true. Sex is gay. And people say, oh, you mean like when you're not being trad? No, fuckface. I mean, it's all gay, fucktard. I mean, it's all gay. You get some stupid little faggot trad.
So have y'all seen enough? But no, Nick is not gay. He's fighting the establishment. So he's saying sex is gay, yet he never had sex. And this dude is reportedly likes cat boys, you know, boys that dress up in little cat ears and has little tails. I don't know if he's a top or a bottom, if he's getting railed from behind, but this is Nick Fuentes saying having sex is gay. But how would he know? He's never had sex, right? But this is who people listen to. What did I say? A moist midget Mexican maniac. Let's rewind that a little bit back. You know, it's only a few more minutes. And he's going around calling people yaggots, you know what I mean? Maggots with an F. But sounds like you projecting, Nick, saying sex is gay. Okay, so if sex is gay, what is abstinence?
Oh, you mean like when you're not being trad? No, fuckface. I mean, it's all gay, fucktard. I mean, it's all gay. You get some stupid little faggot, trad, whatever, and they go, no, I know what you meant. What you meant was it's gay unless you're married and doing it super trad. No, it's all gay. It's all gay. What you meant was, no. I said what I said. I said what I meant. It's all gay. Because the ultimate man does not even have time for women at all. No time for women at all. And no time for rubbing their penis for sexual stimulation. Okay? It's pathetic. If you are driven by that, if you are obsessed with that, if you like it too much, you are a faggot. I don't care who you're doing it with, if you're by yourself or with anybody. And obviously there's degrees. Like jerking off is super gay. Gay sex is the gayest sex there is, probably. And then sex with your wife is maybe the least gay. But it's all gay. Because the straightest, most masculine male is on a mountain somewhere. The most masculine, straightest male that has ever lived is on a mountain somewhere, and he's just not having sex at all. He's not even thinking about it. It's not even in his consciousness. The idea of like humping a woman or his hand or something like that, it's just not even in the cards. It's not in consideration because he is in the realm.
So I didn't want to torture y'all too much longer. Let me pull that down and get back into the video. He kept going on and on and on about how sex is gay. But the reason why I let that play is because this dude gets tens of thousands of people in the chat. I mean, I would love to get 1,000 people, but I won't compromise myself. I won't bend over and spread cheeks just so I can get thousands of subscribers and get, some sort of Zionist or oligarchic plutocratic handler. But Nick Fuentes, who's always talking about how Catholic he is, and this is a white Christian nation. Like, does he sound like he's carrying out white Christian values of telling you that sex is gay? Even sex with your wife. Now that's the least gay, but it is gay. He's never been married and he's never had sex, but he's calling sex gay. But he has had some boys come out and allegedly say that, they were fondling him. I don't know if they were fondling his booty or vice versa, but there have been allegations that, Nick is a fun boy. But, let's get back into the video. I just want you to play some context so we know who we're dealing with when we talk about these alleged alpha closet homosexuals. And if you're homosexual, there's nothing wrong if that's how you identify. This is not to be homophobic and say that people don't need to be like that, right? There's some people out there that are, I'm pretty sure extra masculine, extra strong, sophisticated homosexuals, but these guys are in the closet and pretending that they're not homosexual. And all people are saying is like, it's just so obvious, bro. Just come out the closet, because now you're misrepresenting what it means to be straight. And if you're bisexual, just say that. If you're homosexual, just say that. But to act like you're just straight and narrow and, I'm the top G while you're getting bottomed and railed from behind, fondled by numerous fun boys. Like, yeah, I mean, are you really the top G or are you the bottom G? Let's get back into it.
This Nico like a Filipino or something, and he's talking about he's doing Sieg Heil and singing along with Hail Hitler song. What? Bro, I don't know what is going on with him, because I thought he was Muslim, then he was Christian. Now I don't know. The mofo's confused. Then let's go into, I don't know, some old white guy. I don't know who this old white guy is, but I'm like, bro, that's kind of sad, fam. You look like you're damn near 56 years old, all right? You should be getting Medicaid, and you going into the club, like with a whole bunch of 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds. What? That's weird, bro. Check yourself, right? Figure out what's going on in your life because you seem to be having like a midlife crisis. And then he goes on, right, while the clad dude has a girl on his lap talking about, you're not an 8, you're like a 7, you're sitting on a 10.
I thought I was at least an 8.
You're not an 8. You're not an 8.
Yeah.
Ask for validation. They're sitting in a 10 flat.
That's true.
Beta.
Fam, what? Who says to a woman that you're sitting on a 10, that your boy's a 10, but who he has sitting on them is a 7?
Yeah, you guys just gotta admit it. You're a maggot with a capital F. And this is not homophobic or to denigrate. I'm just calling it what it is. I got some of my boys, my homies in the chat that I know personally. I consider them my brothers, you know what I mean? Some of them I've done business with, some of them I've done dirt with. In all of these encounters, you know what I mean? There has never been an instance where I refer to them as a 10. Even when we try to, hey, look, you know how there's those memes where they be like, hey, man, you got somebody from my homie, you know me, you pull a baddie and you like, hey, what's up? Where your friends at? You don't got nothing for my homie, right? I'd never been like, hey, look, my homie John is over there. My homie JB Quinn is over there, right? And he's a 10. My homie JB Quinn is a 10. Not only that, he's downgrading this chick. He's saying a chick, yeah, you're like a 7, but you're sitting on the lap of a 10. What did he mean by 10? Was he talking about his looks? So is he saying that his boy is cute, handsome, pretty? What the hell is this dude saying? But the only explanation is he's a flaming, you know what I mean? A flaming maggot with an F. But yeah, let me rewind this back and y'all see. Oh, and look, we got Big Rig in the chat. I would never be like, hey, Big Rig, I'm gonna introduce you into my homegirl. Hey, look, this is my boy Big Rig. He's about an 8. He ain't a 10. He about an 8.5. Or no, Big Rig, man, he's above a 10. He stand on business. He's an 11. Like, no, bruh. I'm not rating my friend. I ain't gonna be like, if she be like, hey, do you got a homeboy for me? I ain't gonna be like, yeah, man, I got a cute homeboy for you, because sometimes chicks will do that. Is he cute? Look, man, I'll have him send a picture and then you can determine if he's cute. I ain't gonna be like, man, I got a fine homeboy for you. Like, huh? This dude is over here talking about how sexy his boy is while denigrating and trying to dismiss the beauty of a chick that's sitting on his lap. This is kind of cock blocking, dude. Like Lucas said, bro, you in your 50s, bro. You should be getting Medicaid. Matter of fact, you should be leading by example. Why you don't got a bunch of baddies around your age showing the young whippersnapper how to do it? Instead, he's over here meat riding this young dude. This is wild, bruh. Definitely, y'all ain't beating these allegations. You know what I mean? Fruit Pops. Let's get back into it. Let's.
And 19-year-olds. What? That's weird, bro. Check yourself, right? Figure out what's going on in your life because you seem to be having like a midlife crisis. And then he goes on, right, while the clad dude has a girl on his lap talking about, you're not an 8, you're like a 7, you're sitting on a 10.
I thought I was at least an 8.
You're not an 8. You're not an 8.
Yeah.
Ask for validation. They're sitting in a 10 flat.
That's true.
Beta.
Fam, what? Who says to a woman that you're sitting on a 10, that your boy's a 10, but who he has sitting on them is a 7 or whatever? What? There is this homosexual tendency, and I wouldn't even say it's homosexual tendency because a lot of the gay guys, they don't hate women. That's the funny part. That's really the freaking just makes you dizzy when you think about it. They don't hate women. They just like dudes. These guys are like angry gays. They're angry gays where they're like, they hate women. And then we get to the clav guy. Clav guy is putting on makeup. All right. He's putting on mascara. He's gotten surgery. He's talking about hitting his zygomatic arch, trying to, I want to make this, and I got a mog by my height. Huh? What? This is this is gay.
The most professional like lift maxer, and I'm already like pretty tall. So I like doing this shit. And this is what you do if you want to get like really autistic about it. And I learned this from a buddy. So you put a vantage point like here. So that way you take off the shoes and then you go, you like rest on it. And then you set up the next vantage point like right over here.
Beta! I don't know what to tell you. This is gay. And I would argue this is what anti-white racism looks like. Genuinely. This is anti-white racism to a T, because they got a whole bunch of youth looking up to these guys who are flaming. I'm talking about Johnny Storm flaming homosexuals. And it's obvious to any man out there, bruh. It's obvious to any dude who actually likes women, who enjoys the chase and everything. These dudes are a bunch of gay guys, bruh. And then they all go into the club surrounded by no women. How are you going into the club to hang out with your boys? This is homie over hoes, bruh.
Phone with no beards, cause bitches ain't shit. This on my crew is thick, a bunch of knuckle. Heat is high. Bald heads and dreads. Nigga, we hating on them hoes like we hit the feds. Bitch, can't you see? Go back away from me. Me and my niggas just in the VIP. Now bump it to the left and bump it to the right. Cause when you do the homie, nigga got to do it right.
Oh my God.
Homie over hoe, homie, do the homie. No, bro, y'all are gay. Y'all should have gone to like a gay club and lived your life. This is what's really messing up the dating scene, is a bunch of closeted gay dudes getting with these women and messing their whole life up. You know, you have these women who have like a 30-year marriage. They got a whole family and everything, and turns out this fool has been living a lie. He's been living a dual life where he's a great husband, but then he's bussy popping at night, bro. Like, this is what we're dealing with, bro. Beta. And I find it hilarious that the same group of people, because these dudes always talk about hoes and 304s and all these women is horrible and gold diggers, but then they go to a club. They go to an environment. It's not like they go into a church gathering. They go into a club in Miami, surrounded by the same thing that they don't like, allegedly. White people, if this is what you want, go ahead. But you're just going to expedite your extinction. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. I really don't care what y'all think, okay? I just say that that's just the format that we end this video with, all videos with. I don't care in this case. I really don't care. As the old saying goes, if it's working out for you, by all means, keep doing it. All right? And keep doing it. By all means. I don't care, bro. These people are queer eye for the straight guy. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Thursday through Saturday, Disagreement Day. Call in and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Shit, this on my crew is thick, a bunch of knuckle.
So that was the video right there. That was the amazing Lucas reacting to a bunch of moist, effeminate maniacs, led by the moist midget Mexican maniac, aka Nick Fuentes. So yeah, I mean, what did y'all think? According to him, having sex with women is gay. If you get married and then you have sex with your wife, that's gay. And gay sex is the gayest of the gay sex, even though he says he's not gay. So how would he really know? He hasn't had sex at all. But these are the people that are leading young men, and forget about black people. They hate black people. Is this the best that the high IQs have to offer for leading the future generation of young white men? We need more white babies is what they say, but not according to Nick Fuentes. Nick Fagwentes said you don't need white babies because having sex is gay. Like, okay, how are you guys going to reproduce and replenish your population listening to dweebs like this? But we've been joined by none other than my boy from New Orleans, the 504 boy, Wode Braxton, and of course, the illustrious, sincere Saida. in building. Now we gonna get right into this next story, and I'm gonna have to be careful with my words because of course, you know, even though I'm not monetized right now, so but hopefully in the future, you know, maybe I will. So I have to tread lightly with some of the things that I say because you know other people, other creators, they can get away with, you know, bloody, you know, murder and mayhem, right? They can get away with that, but some other channels, they're kind of shadow banned. Somebody told me that my channel was shadow banned. I asked them how they could tell, but they didn't really let me know. So this next topic is heavy. You know, when they talk about welfare queens, y'all know who they paint the face of welfare queens. They paint black people, even though there's more white people. Then they try to say, but per capita, and they try to frame it as, yeah, it's more white people, but technically, based on the percentages, it's more of y'all, it's more of us total, but per capita, y'all use it at a higher rate. That's essentially what they're saying because it's more of them on it, but they're essentially saying, yeah, but your rate is higher. But if you guys are saying that we're allegedly low IQ, poor, and lazy, then that would make sense why we're using it at this particular rate. But why is your community using it at all, right? You're the community of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So, and welfare wasn't created for black people, it was created for white women specifically. So as much as they want to try to frame it as a black culture thing, it literally was created to preserve white culture and white dominance. You know what I mean? So we can get into this video right now where some people that are part of that special chosen community that people are afraid to speak about, their community has been disproportionately receiving government welfare benefits. Are you kidding me? I thought that black people were the face of welfare. Now, a bunch of people, they love to say, it's the Jews. Okay, and then I just got to ask them, okay, fine. It's the J community. But for accuracy purposes, for clarity, what race are they? Uh, no, seriously. When there's a US census in front of them, there's no box to check that says Jewish. There is a box that says other, but most people are not checking that. So what race are these people racially, socially classified as? So then that's why they try to say, well, why do you have to make it about race? Y'all always are making things about race. But then suddenly then they say, no, don't make it about race, make it about ethnicity. Fine, we can talk about ethnicity and religion, but I want historical accuracy. And I'm asking you, what race are these people? Race is a social construct. So is religion, right? That's a social construct. Ethnicity is a social construct. We can go down the list of things that are social constructs, but you adhere to race. People adhere to race constructs when it's advantageous to them. And then when they want to make things about ethnicity, it's just a social construct. So they're saying don't pay attention to one social construct, but uplift another social construct. No, there's no race called Jewish, just like there's no race called Muslim. So what race are these people? Fair questions to ask. Let's get into this video. And this video, if you would like to watch this video uninterrupted, is from Tyler Oliveira channel, or hopefully I'm saying it right. Tyler Oliveira. And the video is titled Inside the New York Town Invaded by Welfare Addicted Jays. That's the title. Now, I'm probably not going to watch all of the video, but we'll see how you guys are responding to it. But I will play at least, several minutes so y'all get the gist of it. Welfare addicted Jays?
I don't want my kids to play in the house of a secular guy.
This is Curious Joel.
You're a heathen.
A village of 44,000 Hasidic Jews in upstate New York that primarily speak Yiddish have an average of 7 kids per family. How many kids do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids? It's one of the poorest towns in America, with 40% living beneath the federal poverty line. Many men here are religiously studying the Torah full-time.
So he said on average, the women have 7 to 8 kids. And this dude said some of them have 17 to 18 kids on average. Now, some people are struggling to take care of 1 and 2 kids. How do you take care of 17 kids? Forget 17. How do you take care of 7 kids? And if you have 7 kids, and I say, hey, personal responsibility, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Do you think that's what these people are being told? And for all of these people that don't seem to work, they sure do seem to have a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But wonder where they got that from. According to them, it was the Most High.
And heavily rely on public assistance and welfare in the form of Medicaid, housing vouchers, food stamps, and cash aid to support their giant families that God commanded them to have. And the village enforces strict gender roles, modest dress codes, and sends their kids to private religious schools. And why is it okay for Jewish people to live together in a homogenous Jew-only community, but it's
Staying late again? Yep, got prospect calls to summarize. You really need to.
So they have their own communities, their own police force. So if something happens, this is why, see, when they always talk about black on black crime, but if there's Jewish on Jewish crime, no one is ever going to know, because it's going to be a Jewish police officer. They're going to clean up the scene and no one knows. So it's just like they're innocent and they never commit crime, but they're just like any other population. No one is infallible. They have their own schools, but nobody is talking about affirmative action and wokeness and reverse discrimination, right? Whites will say, oh, look, man, we should be able to go to these HBCUs. Well, you can go there. Why are there historically black colleges? Well, because you guys didn't want us to go to your colleges, and historically black means that anyone could go. We're just saying that we created these institutions because y'all didn't want us to go there. What about historically white colleges? You already have them. Cornell, Brown, Penn, Harvard, Yale. Just because it's not called a historically white institution doesn't mean that that's what it is. But they never go to the J community and say, why do you guys have your own stuff? The reason why they're able to get their own stuff is because many in your community, the heritage clowns, the heritage hooligan will try to say, no, you guys are not like us. They're not white. So why are you just allowing them all of this power? They'll say that they're 2%, 1% of the population. Why are they allowed to have this disproportionate power? If they're not of the W community, then why isn't the W community doing anything about it? Having their own schools, and they don't want to go to school with your kids, and they don't want your kids going to school with them. And it's fine because they're Jewish, okay? But then if you're Christian, if you're a Christian and you say, hey, well, I'm not Jewish, I don't want to go to school with Jewish people, that's anti-Semitic, but it's not anti-Christian for them to deny you access to their schools. And then you can go there if you're Jewish, but you got to have the complexion for the protection. There's no race called Jewish. So why aren't there any black Jews going to those schools? So they try to say that, oh, no, it's not about race. It's just about faith. Well, there's black people that are Jewish that believe the same thing as these rabbis, but they're not allowed to go to those schools, and they're not allowed to marry the Lily W. Jews. I wonder why that is. But don't make it about race. Okay.
Build their own. I pulled up to Curious Joel myself to see what's going on. Welcome to Curious Joel, a traditional community of modesty and values. In keeping with our traditions and religious customs, we kindly ask that you dress and behave in a modest way while visiting our community. This includes wearing long skirts or pants, covered necklines, sleeves past the elbow, use appropriate language, maintain gender separation in all public areas. Thank you for respecting our values. Let's pop in here and say shalom. Lots of people praying. Hi. Shalom. Okay, so it says entrance for members only. Not sure what it takes to be a member. What does it take to be a member?
So I want y'all to pay attention how nice these buildings are. So mind you, this is considered one of the poorest districts in the country. But when you walk around, you don't see a lot of poverty. So there's a bunch of poverty, a bunch of welfare, but really clean, pristine buildings. Now, I'm not saying any scam or fraud is going on, but what is going on exactly?
Do I have to be Jewish to enter? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the schedule exactly, but 9 o'clock sharp, they're not at work. Okay, so I guess everyone's praying right now. So you got to wonder what these people do for employment. You'll notice the Mexicans out here are doing the hard labor, and the Jewish people, I'm not sure what they do. Maybe we can ask this guy. Excuse me. What do most people do for work out here? You don't know? All right, cold shoulder. Question for you, sir. How long do people pray per day?
Maybe 6 hours.
Okay, what do people do for work?
I'm not an user report.
Okay, what do you do for work? Okay, you don't want to talk? How many hours a day do they pray?
3 hours a day.
Do people have 9 to 5s?
Yes.
Like what industries are they involved in here?
Construction or other type of industries.
And what do you do?
I'm a student and also I'm doing home care.
What are you studying?
I'm studying Torah.
Torah?
Yes.
How old are you?
Our holy Torah.
And who pays for education?
I try to work on overtime.
Overtime?
Yes.
Where do you work overtime?
I work home care.
Home care?
Night, yes.
Is it like, do you have kids?
I have kids, yes.
How many kids?
3.
How do you afford to raise 3 kids while being a student?
Because I work very hard. I want to study the Torah. I'm very proud.
How do you afford to study the Torah, though?
God help me.
Does the American taxpayer help you, too?
Also, yes.
Yep. How many people out here are on like welfare in the form of like housing assistance or Section 8 or EBT, SNAP, Medicare?
Yes.
And that allows you to study the Torah?
Yes.
And raise your kids?
Yes, thank you.
And how many kids do most people have out here?
So hold on, let me rewind that back slightly.
You?
Also, yes.
Yep. How many people out here are on like welfare in the form of like housing assistance or Section 8 or EBT, SNAP, Medicare?
Yes.
And that allows you to study the Torah?
Yes.
And raise your kids?
Yes, thank you.
How many kids?
Okay, so y'all can see this. Look at all of these buses, bro. That's a well-oiled machine. All of those are buses that's only going to pick up Jewish kids that go to schools where Jews only go to school with Jews. But it's not just Jews, right? Because that's what they want to try to make them as their own race. And no, not when you're talking to me. There's no race called Jewish. It's just not. You can say that's their religious and ethnic identity. How we track people here is by the U.S. Census. There's no box on the U.S. Census that says Jewish. There is a box, however, that says white and Caucasian. And these are the boxes that this demographic checks. So why wouldn't I identify them as the demographic that they legally and socially are classified as? Now, look at all of those buses. All of those buses filled with Jewish people. Even though it's not a race, they don't have any other race of J people there. They have their own schools, their own security, and people think, well, it's fine. Shouldn't they be able to? Well, yeah, they should be able to, but we can't say that they should be able to, but the Black community shouldn't be able to. The Black community should be able to police its own. We should have our own hospitals and stuff. And then when people say, well, build your own, what's stopping you? Well, give us the same funding that the J people and other new arrivals are getting, and we'll have no problem building our own. You see how easy that works?
Do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids?
They are proud to do what the Torah says, that you need to be multiple and fruitful.
Wow. And do you think there's welfare abuse in the community out here?
No.
No? Because they actually have the kids?
Yes.
They have the kids. Do they get tax credits for the kids?
What they get, but they are all doing to keep our Torah. Yes.
Keep the Torah.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on people out there who can barely afford to have one kid?
If they want, they can have one. But if God's given them more, it's very proud.
Okay, shout out God.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing, we are very against the state of Israel. It's a very big problem for us.
So you guys don't approve of a state of Israel before the Messiah comes, right?
Yes. Zionism is not Judaism. It's a very other thing.
Question for you, sir. What do you do for work out here? Are you on the phone? Or are you listening to the radio?
So many in this community, they are not Zionists. They consider themselves Jews, I think this might be a Hasidic Jewish community. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, there's Sephardic, Hasidic, Ashkenazi. I believe this might be a Hasidic Jewish community, but they want to be clear that, look, man, we don't support Netanyahu and we're against Zionism. And I think in America specifically, most of the Zionists are Christians. I mean, they get funded by many Zionists. So if a Zionist drops hundreds of thousands or hundreds of millions in your bank account, then many people will say, hey, I'm a Zionist too, i.e. Joe Biden, i.e. Donald Trump, both Christian Zionists. And of course, I got to give a shout out to Ronnie Q, what it did do in building.
Okay. Damn, it's tough to get some answers out of folks. What do you do for work?
Nothing.
How do you make money?
My wife.
Your wife? What does she do for work?
What is this?
Interview. Good to meet you. For YouTube. So your wife works and you study the Torah?
Have a good day.
How many kids do you have?
Have a good day.
How many children do you have? Okay, thank you. Well, that was fascinating. Excuse me, do you study Torah? Torah?
No.
What?
Scribe is how 4 million people turn processes into step-by-step guides. The hardest part of...
What do you do for work? Do you have a job? Does your wife work? Are you a student of the Torah?
Yes.
Do you work a job for money?
I?
Yeah.
No.
Does your wife?
Yes.
She does. Does your wife go to work to make money and you study Torah?
Where are you?
Tyler, good to meet you. I'm just doing a YouTube video about this place. I find it
I
fascinating.
don't have time. I have to...
But where are you going if you don't work?
I study.
Do you study? And does your wife work? What industry does she work in? Teaching, education, children?
Correct. Like he said, they said on average, the women are popping out 7 to 8 babies. And the other dude said it's normal for them to have like 17 to 18 babies per woman. So yeah, and he said they're doing it because of the Torah. The Torah says be fruitful and multiply. So when people talk about, the black community, you're sexually irresponsible. You can't afford those kids and you better not depend on the welfare to raise those babies. Suddenly no one is using those talking points. Because this dude is asking them, hey, how could you afford to raise 17 kids? Oh, the Torah, God gives us the way, right? So right now, if your rent is due, and then if you just Bible thump and you read the Torah over and over and you pray, do you think that there's going to be a miracle blessed to your bank account to be able to pay your rent? If your kid don't have any food on the table, do you think if you just read the Torah, the Talmud, the Bible, and thump it over and over and over, that's going to put some food on your table? Who are these dudes kidding us that they're having 17 kids? And then he does admit that they're getting welfare assistance. He asks them, hey, so do y'all get tax credits for this too? Oh, well, people get what they get. I mean, you're basically saying yes. So just say yes. And I'm not here to say whether it's a good or a bad thing, but many people do say it's a bad thing when it's a particular community, the Black American community. But when it's these other communities, these Jewish people, suddenly it's all fine. Okay.
And how do you afford the kids if you don't work?
My wife.
Your wife? Okay, thank you. Sounds like a great setup. Damn, I might have to get in on that. Excuse me, what do women work at here? What jobs do women work in here? Is it mostly childcare? Okay, cold shoulder. Do you work a job as well as raise the kids? Do the women raise the kids in? Okay, tough to talk to the women out here. How do people afford to have families? So like as you raise baby, do you also go to work at some point? What do you do for work? Do you study the Torah for a living? Do you study the Torah? Do you work a job? No? Does your wife work a job? Are you a student? Do you work? Are you a student? Man, I can't do this anymore. Question for you. Do you study Torah? Do you study the Torah? Excuse me, sir. Do you study the Torah? Hey. Oh, you speak on his behalf? How do you know that? Get on out of here. He said he doesn't want to give an interview. How would he know? Do they communicate telepathically via hive mind? Hi. Tyler, yes. How are you, my friend? How are you doing? Yes.
Wow.
How are you?
It's
You want to say hi?
Independent journalist.
Yes.
Lucy, you want to say hi? No.
Okay, how are you doing?
Hey, shit, this office.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about this place?
Sure, we grow up here.
Okay.
It's a very nice place.
Yeah, and it's mostly Hasidic Jews?
Yes,
Okay.
it's only Hasidic Jews.
And it's
here.
one of the most biggest growing towns,
Big
right? By
growing town.
percentage?
It's the biggest in the
Big
United-
families, too.
Big families, right?
How do people afford to have such big families out here?
It's. I'm not gonna say anything.
What do you mean? How do they have such big families?
You believe in God, that
Believe in God?
created that.
Okay. Hey, thanks for saying hi, my friend.
So all of y'all be fruitful and multiply, have 18 kids. And when it comes to how you're going to put them through college, when it comes to the diapers, the formula, how you're going to feed them, just believe in God and he will show you the way. I mean, it works for them. I'm sure it will work for you, right? If your water heater goes out, your car broke down, just read the Torah. Seems to be working fine for them, right? But don't beg the government. No handouts.
What do you mean? How do they have such big families?
You believe in God, that
Believe in God?
created that.
Okay. Hey, thanks for saying hi, my friend.
I don't know who you are.
My name's Tyler Oliveira.
I don't talk to a suspicious person.
How am I suspicious?
I don't know who you are.
Damn, ouch, that hurt my feelings. Do you study Torah? Or do you work a job or own business?
Everybody here works a job.
Well, that's not true. What's up?
They have Torah and they work.
That's not true. That's a lie. That's not true.
Suspicious person.
That's not true. I've talked to people. They said some of them just study the Torah. They told me themselves.
Well,
So who's the liar? I understand that. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know who you are.
I'm just asking questions. How many children do you have?
You work for Hamas?
What? I'm a journalist. I'm just exploring. YouTube vlogger. I don't work for Hamas. He said, do you work for Hamas? What? Okay, so
So the thing about that, he asked the dude if he worked for Hamas, but if that dude had said, hey, do you take orders from Bibi Netanyahu? You're an anti-Semite. So he's able to ask and accuse and presume someone for working for Hamas just because they're doing independent journalism. You can think that this dude is a troll. You can think that he's up to no good, but it was a fair question. And he's accusing him of being linked to a terrorist organization. Fine. We know that if you're born in Israel, you have to serve in the IDF. So it wouldn't be a leap of logic to ask this dude like, hey, I mean, are you a Zionist? Do you work for Bibi Netanyahu? So people are kind of sick of the double standards where, certain groups can make an accusation about you, but if you accuse them of anything, suddenly you hate Jews.
what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know who you are.
I'm just asking questions. How many children do you have?
You work for Hamas?
What? I'm a journalist. I'm just exploring. YouTube vlogger. I don't work for Hamas. He said, do you work for Hamas? What? Okay, so this is the most beautiful $10 million synagogue right here. It is quite nice. Let's see if anyone wants to talk. Hello. Are most people here rabbis? 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 Are you guys rabbis?
So for a place with high welfare, do y'all see this synagogue? This synagogue looks pretty pristine. Every video, I haven't seen a bucket or a broken down car. Every synagogue. And he keeps asking people, what are people doing? And they're saying they're praying all day. And then he's saying, yeah, but how do you make money? God makes a way. And then he's saying their work. Okay, what do you do for work? I'm praying. Okay, but yeah, what do you do for work? I pray. So how do you pay your bills? God makes a way. Like, come on, man. Like a lot of these vague answers. So like if you look at this place, bro, that looks amazing. And in some of these other videos that there has been a lot of high rises. So you see there's a lot more construction going on. Look at these cars, you know what I mean? Not a lot of Lamborghinis or anything, but could you find a broken down car or a beat up car anywhere? But these people, this is considered one of the poorest areas in the country. Okay.
Right here. It is quite nice. See if anyone wants to talk. Hello. Are most people here rabbis? 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 Are you guys rabbis?
No.
Okay. Do most of them work as... Yes, hello. I'm asking men what they do for a living out here. Are most people here...
What number?
Oh, just my name, Tyler. I'm just asking Hasidic Jews out here. I know
No. Not for you.
What do you mean?
People are not gonna answer you. Because,
What do most men do here for work? Is it they study the Torah?
no, most people are working in Amazon like this.
CNN? No, I just have...
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
YouTube channel. The mere presence of a goyim was sufficient to raise suspicion. Question for you. What do most men do for work here? Are they rabbis?
No,
This is working? What do they do? Because I'm trying to talk to people, just figure out what the main industry is.
A lot of.
Can you give me some ideas?
Oh, go outside.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to talk to folks like you, how you make your money and afford to raise your families.
Rolls.
What?
54 rolls.
But then I finally met this guy who gave me some wisdom. Help me out.
Everything people do.
What do you do for a living?
Billboards.
How long does the prayer last? And when do people go to work?
People go from 9 o'clock in the morning, from 6 o'clock in the morning until the night.
So how do they pay their bills?
How they pay the bills? By working.
Well, when do they work if they're praying all day?
They're not praying all day. So you have a lot of people coming in the morning and going into work, then coming back to pray. You have a lot of people coming in the morning.
Bro, that thing looked immaculate, and it looks like we've been joined by a new visitor here, an illustrious guest, Lena, pretty brown eyes. What it do? Salute to you. And she says, hey to Ronnie Q. And of course, I've been joined by my Brody, Travion, the Israelite, the Big C in the building. But yeah, like John says, bruh, this thing looks extremely immaculate. Poor district, but for some reason, it looks like there's a lot of wealth floating around. Why do they need welfare? Why can't they just pull themselves up by their bootstrap? This is wild, bruh. Why aren't they the face of welfare kings and queens? You know, if a black person has 3 kids, they say you were sexually irresponsible. Why you have all them kids? They have 17 kids and they're on welfare. And it's like, well, it did say be fruitful and multiply. You've got to be kidding me.
To pray. They have people just waking up late.
I see.
From
Okay.
having a big
Different
community.
schedules. So you own a billboard company?
Yes.
How do people afford to have like 10 kids out here?
The community is based on this. So
Okay, so is it wealthy members of the community give charity?
yes, mostly. That's the way.
Are most people on Medicaid, SNAP, EBT? Let's be honest.
I don't know. I can't speak for other people.
What about you?
I'm not going to tell about myself.
Okay.
A lot of these folks have business there. Not all of them. Some of them.
But there's a lot of you guys, right?
Some of them are being supported by community
Okay.
members.
What's the big industry for women out here? Is it childcare? Because I noticed Mexicans seem to work like retail, construction. Many men will tell me my wife works, but I do not.
That's not true.
That's what they told me, though. They themselves.
The first 2 years after they get married.
Okay.
Only the first 2 years.
Okay.
And then they go work. Most men.
Okay. All right. How many kids do you have? I'm going to guess you have 13? They all vote unanimously in favor for it. Look at this. There's a car accident every 5 seconds. Some of the driving out here is horrendous. It's truly terrible. What did the Jewish people here do for work, from what you've seen? Did they just pray, or?
No. So yes, they pray every single day, and then they walk every single day after this matter.
After they.
So y'all can hear this melanated dude with an accent. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because this dude said they have the Mexicans doing all the work. Earlier, the dude said it's only Hasidic Jews that live there. And then the dude said he's seen construction being built, but it was only Mexicans building the stuff. So he's thinking it's a only Hasidic Jew neighborhood. You would think there would be a bunch of Hasidic Jews building the infrastructure. Instead, they're hiring cheap indentured servant labor, which is why both parties support open borders. They want a endless supply of undocumented labor so they can be in the limbo of illegal, so they can say, look, we give you temporary protected status. You're still an illegal alien, but we will protect you temporarily. And they could always dangle citizenship over their head. But in this Hasidic Jew neighborhood, rather than giving jobs to the young Hasidic men, they rather pay undocumented, unauthorized immigrants under the table so they can stagnate the wages and pay lower wages to build their infrastructure. Not only that, everyone that's working there has some sort of immigrant background or accent. So it's like, do they have any Americans there? They definitely don't have no American freedmen there, but do they have any Americans in this area? It's just all like Hasidic Jews and whatever immigrants they can bring in to be their workforce. Interesting. So not only are they using taxpayer dollars for welfare, they don't even want to hire American native born people. They want to hire immigrants and pay them under the table. Interesting. Or even the ones that are not paid under the table, the people that are working in that community seem to just have an accent and an immigrant background. Wonder why that is.
Friday, they go to work?
Yeah. They drive in a school bus and a transit bus.
Excuse me, gentlemen. What do you guys do for work here? Do you guys have like businesses, like work?
I mean, they did that with the Venezuelans. Biden gave 500,000. I think it was even closer to 600,000+ Venezuelans TPS. And they said, hey, there was a need. We need someone to pick the fruit, even though most of them weren't picking fruit. They were saying about there were shortages in construction. They put them out there. They paid them lower than a native born worker would do. And then another admin comes in and say, hey, well, the infrastructure is already built. Y'all could go. You know what I mean? You guys are bringing drugs, crime, and rape as it turned into that. They were acting like, hey, the Haitians, their president was assassinated. Biden acted like he cared, gave hundreds of thousands of them TPS. Trump came in and said, they're eating your pets, the cats and dogs. Get them up out of here. So it's unfortunate. And this is in New York. This is where there's at most Jewish people. They live in New York, and this is a specific Hasidic Jewish neighborhood.
Job? Do you guys study Torah?
I have a job.
What do you do?
I'm in sales.
Are you lying to me? Just the way you looked at him, I'm just like, what? Is it just what do you do?
I'm doing sales.
What do you sell?
Food.
Why do you keep looking at him? Okay. What food do you sell?
Chocolates.
What? I feel like I'm getting bamboozled right here. I don't understand the look back there. Do most women raise their households and then they work afterwards?
Some have.
So dude said he's making all of this money. Look at their health center. That health center is only for Jewish people. I mean, that's a pretty nice looking health center. But other groups, oh, if you want one, build your own. It's like, but they didn't build their own. This was made off of taxpayer dollars. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have this. All we're saying is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't say that other groups are begging the government and figure it out by yourself, and then other groups don't figure it out by themselves. They get goodies, giveaways, and guarantees by the same government that they tell you to stop begging. No, We want everything that every other group is getting.
Some. Okay. Like what percentage? Half?
Maybe half.
Maybe half?
Usually when they study, they do just that.
Okay.
The ones who work study in the morning and late afternoon. In the evening.
To be fair, I have seen people who work bus driver jobs, some people doing something in the shop, sort of managing the shop. The construction and hard labor seems to be exclusive.
Well, in that city, specifically in Ohio, I believe it was, with the Haitians, yes, there were a bunch of meth out fentanyl heads out there. So they brought the Haitians, who were extremely desperate, who were actually fleeing persecution and political strife with their president being assassinated. And they came there and they were willing to be the workforce. And unfortunately, they were working under the table for indentured servant type wages. But many of the business, the people who own the business industries there, they were ecstatic that the Haitians were there because they can get cheap labor, at indentured servant wages. So they were ecstatic. It was just some of those meth out fent heads that were mad. And I get it. There possibly was some people. There was an instance of some deranged person that was eating like a geese or something like that. And it turned out that person actually wasn't a Haitian and there weren't an immigrant. It just was a deranged person. Now, there have been stories of multiple ethnic groups that eat dog and cat. So when people try to say, oh my God, I can't believe you say that, I can't with certainty say that these specific Haitian immigrants were eating it, but many groups eat dog and cat. That includes Chinese people, that includes Nigerians, etc. If y'all want to, I will bring up the information in real time. You know what I mean? And in certain cultures, like eating cat symbolizes some level of, power and spirituality. And, they have all sorts of kind of mythical stories attached with eating certain animals. And many of these people, they have a scarcity with food. They don't have, just farms full of, beef, cows and pigs and things. So they have to look to alternative forms of meat, whether it be rabbits, raccoons, possums, mice, rats, dogs, cats, so it sounds disgusting to us, but there are a lot of groups that eat it. There used to be somewhere in China, they used to have dog festivals where, how, where I'm from in Pittsburgh, they would have a historic seafood festival, or how they have, a barbecue festival. They would have festival like that with dogs, where you can go and get like a rotisserie dog, you know what I mean? Or, you can get, dog fried rice, 101 Dalmatian soup, So for some, it's a delicacy and it's a way of life. For others, it's a cute, cuddly pet and you can't fathom eating it. So I think that was a little bit of propaganda that Trump put out there. However, there are some people with immigrant backgrounds that eat cats and dogs. I've seen this firsthand.
Executed by the Mexicans. Excuse me, miss. Do women work and raise the kids out here?
Sometimes.
Do the men work or do they study the Torah? The sheer density of minivans out here is a phenomenon in and of itself. Excuse me. What do you do for a living? Okay. What do you do for work? What do you do for a living, sir? Tough scene.
They have so many kids out there. So everybody, now that I think about it, there's not a little car in sight. Everybody has a minivan or an SUV. I mean, if on average you're having 7 to 8 kids, I guess you do need a van like that. Makes sense. Practical.
Excuse me. What do you do for a living? Excuse me. What do you do for work?
You know who you are. You're the person that never fit in. You're the person when everybody says it's good enough, you say, no, it's not.
A student. A student. You're old, though.
I follow you on YouTube.
There we go. So you got to answer this puzzle for me then. What do people do for work out here?
We do construction.
That was wild. Well, they do say you're never too old to live your dreams, but bro was like 99 and he still was in school. He was a freshman in college at 99. Hey, salute to him. More power to him. Never give up on your dreams. But let's go back and we'll see this student again, this freshman in college.
What do you do for a living, sir? Tough scene. Excuse me. What do you do for a living? Excuse me. What do you do for work?
I student.
You're a student. You're old, though.
I follow you on YouTube.
There we go. So you got to answer this puzzle for me then. What do people do for work out here?
We do construction, we do everything.
Do people spend hours praying in the synagogue and then they work afterwards? Do the women raise the kids and that's all they do, or do they work as well?
They work as well. The men also raise their kids.
Wow.
We just don't bother nobody. Whatever normal people is doing,
Yeah.
we're doing.
Okay.
But we're doing it mostly in the kosher way. Instead of selling to general supermarkets,
I see.
for example, I'm in the kosher food. I sell
Okay.
for kosher supermarkets.
What I'm hearing is they'll gladly take money out of the American tax base to support their lifestyle, and if they do start a business, it'll most likely accommodate and service Jews.
We don't bother nobody. We don't kill.
This is true. No violence out here.
No violence.
No drugs.
No drugs. No stealing. No thing. No nothing.
I've only seen bad drivers, though.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because we have so much. We have like 10 children. We're all too busy. That's why we were upset by driving. We're getting nervous. That's the biggest violence you'll find by us. One day a year, it's called Purim.
Party.
We dance, people getting drunk. And the biggest good thing about that we're giving donations for other people.
Oh, that's right.
Do you know how much money goes out in this village?
I'm going to guess millions.
Millions? And that's without being so polite, keeping open the doors. That's a thing on.
Gentile behavior.
Yeah, right. No, not Gentile. It's
Goy
but
behavior.
you're not going, I can see it.
I'm goyim.
No, you're not going. You're a Yid. Going back, you're a Yiddish kid.
Okay.
Are you a Yid?
I'm goyim.
Can you show me your license?
I know that you guys don't support Zionism, or you guys don't support the Jewish state until the Messiah is here, right?
Exactly. They are not the Jewish people. They are not us, and we are not them. They are not Jewish at all. The state of Israel is a secular state, same as Japanese, but they call themselves Jewish people. They don't obey no laws. They're taking out kids from the yeshiva, sending them to draft to army to fight Hamas, which they create the problem. If they would listen to the Torah, the whole war wouldn't be.
How do people afford to have so many kids here?
They don't afford. We help each other. We open 2 groceries called Maitiv. We're giving them 50% discount. Just giving you one example.
Yeah, I could get a discount too.
Yes, because the store is officially made for everybody.
The one thing I am curious about though is the welfare use.
Both the federal or whatever the state, they're both spending equals money for other people. The only difference is over here, the money is being spent for us and our mouth to eat, and in Bronx, it's being spent for the NYPD to fight.
Are you on welfare?
So that's his excuse, is saying, hey, look, yeah, we're on welfare, but the government is already spending the money anyways. They spend it on these different programs. They're spending it on the police. We're just taking advantage of the welfare and recycling and enriching our community with it. And hey, respect to this dude. I can't even hold him for that answer, right? Because if they're allowed to get it, if they're allowed to fraud and scam, which I would think is corrupt and immoral, but I mean, it is what it is, right? You can't knock the hustle, but all I'm saying is, why aren't they the face? He seems extremely strategic, sophisticated. It's like a well-oiled machine, the way they are receiving welfare. But when it comes to us, we get the blame and all of the negative stereotypes that come with it. I do like how he said that, hey, look, we already know that everybody here has at least 10 kids, some up to 18 or more kids. So when they come to the grocery stores, they get 50% off. There's also something that I heard, if a Jewish person loans another Jewish person money, there's no interest. However, if you're goy or goyim, like this dude keeps saying, there might be an exorbitant interest rate. So this is just what some people say based on their anecdotal and testimonial experiences. But I mean, I like what the dude has to say right here. He's standing on business. He's standing on Hasidic business. Whether you agree with it, you think it's immoral, you think that it's kind of slick. I mean, I gotta respect the honesty.
Give you one example.
Yeah, I could get a discount too.
Yes, because the store is officially made for everybody.
The one thing I am curious about though is the welfare use.
Both the federal or whatever the state, they're both spending equals money for other people. The only difference is over here, the money is being spent for us and our mouth to eat, and in Bronx, it's being spent for the NYPD to fight.
Are you on welfare?
No.
Do you know anyone on welfare here?
I won't comment on that question.
Come on.
How should I answer the
You own a
question?
shop. You own a supermarket, basically. So you would know. Give me a rough estimate if
No,
you can.
no.
Why not?
No, I'm not.
Why? Why? Why is that the stickler?
I can't answer you a simple.
You can give me a rough estimate though, just ballpark.
What do you think? And
I'm
I'll
gonna guess 33%.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's probably about on average throughout the U.S. That's not terrible.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to figure out how people afford to raise 10 plus kids on sometimes single income households.
We don't spend so much money for each kid.
Humble living. Like how many kids per family?
10, 12, 14, 15.
Oof, that's huge. And how do people afford to have such big families out here?
Working. I don't
Working?
know.
Like, what do people do for work out here?
What to do? Brokerage.
Brokerage?
Construction.
Okay.
Teaching in school.
Okay, teaching, school, construction. What percentage of people do you think are on welfare, Medicaid? A lot?
Latvia. Big people.
Okay. Okay. What do they do?
What I do?
Yeah. What do you do for work?
I'm a student.
Student. Okay. How old are you?
That's very late to me.
I see. Thank you. Would you like to be interviewed?
I know can professional English, so
You speak English? Any English?
Bro, it's a lot of old students. One dude said he was a student. He looked 99. This other dude, he looks 29, saying he's a student. I'm not saying that you can't be a student at advanced age. And I think it's a beautiful thing, right? You still chasing your dream, but just, just a little bit odd, that's all.
No? Okay. Tough to find someone that speaks English out here. It's tough to find anyone besides the Mexicans out here at work. These guys are looking at their phones half the time too. I'm a little bit confused. And why is everyone on the smart or on the flip phone? Are they actually speaking to someone? Like, are you actually on the phone with someone?
Yes.
Oh, you are? Okay. Some people I hear are on the radios.
Could be.
Okay. Pregunta. Esta ciudad, Jews?
Yes.
Solo?
Yes, only the Jews.
And las personas Hispanic trabaja por construcción?
Yes.
Jews trabaja en construcción aquí o no?
Only the Hispanics.
Hispanics? Okay. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so this is sort of a well-known fact, but it's good to hear from him that
So look at all of that construction going on. And the dude said, yeah, man, the only people that live in this neighborhood are Jews. But the only people working and building construction are Hispanic, right? No blacks, no whites, no Asians, only Hispanics. Interesting. Hispanics could build up the neighborhood. You just can't live there.
the Hispanics are working the construction out here and the Jews are living here.
Yes, only the Jews.
And las personas Hispanic trabaja por construcción.
Yes.
Jews trabaja en construcción aquí o no?
Only the Hispanics.
Hispanics? Okay. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so this is sort of a well-known fact, but it's good to hear from him that the Hispanics are working the construction out here and the Jews are living here. You work in the medical industry.
Yes.
And you help someone who's elderly.
And a lot of people think that was bigoted, that Trump made English the national language through executive order. Now, it's always been common law that English is the national language, and people get mad and say, no, it's a secular nation and that's xenophobic and all this stuff. But the reason why is because there's enclaves like this where you can go into and you'll feel like a second-class citizen because no one speaks English there, and they'll make you feel less than in your home country because you're not speaking their language from a foreign land. So many people come to be transplants. They don't want to fight for their homeland. They want to turn America into their homeland, a cuter, cuddlier version of their homeland that they don't want to go back to and they didn't fight to change the conditions of. So this is a way that they've been legally allowed to discriminate as well. So if it's a mainly Hasidic Jew neighborhood and they say, we only speak Hebrew here, everyone here is a Hasidic Jew, how are you going to get hired unless you speak the language and know the Torah word for word or something? They have a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. Look, it's a bunch of Hispanics and we have to cater towards them. Most people speak Spanish over here, so we can't hire you unless you're bilingual. On the flip side, if you say, hey, you guys speak Hebrew, Mandarin, Farsi, Spanish, most of our people only speak English fluently, so I can't hire you with your broken English. That turns into somehow xenophobic and you hate that person's country just for wanting to speak English.
Or
Well, it's for pediatrics.
pediatrics.
It's a private office for Dr. Wurzberger.
Okay, I've noticed that seemingly only Hispanics are out here working.
Yes.
And I have not seen many of the Jewish people here working.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on there?
That I don't know, but we do have a few coworkers also that are
Okay.
Jewish. But I have noticed that also.
I'm trying to figure out how you guys afford to have so many kids, though.
I mean,
I see all these Mexican workers, too.
personally,
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling? Yeah.
It's not easy. Most of
Okay.
the people I know are struggling.
Are most people who have this amount of kids on forms of welfare like SNAP, Medicaid, housing assistance, that sort of thing?
A lot of people. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't talk to others, and I don't know.
Do you think?
Have because I mean,
Yeah.
for sure they are eligible for
Like tax credits for the kids, right?
Yeah, no, this is not America first. This is this is Jewish people first. And look at the tax credits in New York, up to $2,200 per child under 17. New York City or New York State is $1,000 per child under 4. And then yeah, so these are the tax credits that they can get per child. I think they do have a limit. I think you can do this. I think you can claim anywhere from 2 to 5. I think it all depends on the state, because different states have different credits. But I mean, 10 kids and you getting 2,200 up to 2,200 for at least a few of them. I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal. Is that pulling yourself up by your bootstraps? Just asking.
Right.
and they're eligible more for whatever, for low income, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because you have that many kids.
Like Section 8 waivers for stuff like this?
Something like.
Yeah. So, do most people work jobs out here? Or is it kind of just raising their kids?
As far as I know, yes. I mean, the woman will raise the kids, and most of the men will work.
And the women raise the kids full time?
Most of them. There are some women who will work part time, and less women
Yeah.
full time. But it's very hard to work when you have 15 kids.
Right. Could I move here as a non-Hasidic Jew? Would I be able to, though? That's my real question, because I've heard it's practically impossible.
It's not true.
It's not true?
No, nobody can stop you. You're not going to be comfortable.
I get that, but would someone actually rent or sell me a house out here as a non-Hasidic Jew? Unlikely, right?
It's not unlikely. I mean, unlikely maybe. I can't.
Okay.
I don't own a house.
Sure.
To rent you to ask you this question.
Yeah.
But the point is that everybody.
So this dude is like kind of babbling incoherently. Just say what it is with your chest. He doesn't want to say how discriminatory and prejudiced this community is. And I mean, most people live in segregated enclaves. We're probably the only group that are willing to live by anyone. We'll invite anyone to the cookout. We'll live next to anyone. But unfortunately, many of these other groups are trying to segregate and, not live by us, and that's fine. So that's the reason why people are going hard with the delineation movement, what I call the delineation process. So if we're going to be segregated, you know, uh, y- whether we like it or not, then we might as well just be segregated. Segregated but equal. How about that? Y'all give us the same amount of funding that y'all giving these Hasidic Jews, and we'll be separate. So y'all don't have to hear about us and see about us, and you don't have to talk about black culture or black on black crime, because we'll have our own hospitals, our own clubs, our own police force, etc. But this dude said, yeah, you can live here, but you'll probably be uncomfortable. Why would they make him feel uncomfortable? So if you're a Hasidic Jew, you'll fit right in. But if you're not a Hasidic Jew, then you'll feel uncomfortable living there. But on the flip side, if I said, hey, look, this is a black neighborhood, and many people here, it's a mixture, it's a mixed bag. Some are Christian, some are Muslim, some are atheists. You may be uncomfortable living, around all these blacks, or the way you would see it, around all these niggas, right? They would say, well, I'm scared. Are you guys going to be anti-Semites? Like, that's what it would turn into. However, they don't want you living next to them. You would be uncomfortable living next to them, but somehow they're not bigoted or anti-black or anti-American or anything. All right, let's just rewind that back.
Would I be able to, though? That's my real question, because I've heard it's practically impossible.
It's not true.
It's not true?
No, nobody can stop you. You're not gonna be comfortable.
I get that, but would someone actually rent or sell me a house out here as a non-Hasidic Jew? Unlikely, right?
It's not unlikely. I mean, unlikely maybe. I can't.
Okay.
I don't own a house.
Sure.
To rent you to ask you this question.
Yeah.
But the point is that everybody lives wherever they want to.
Sure.
Same as I live here. Nobody told me, hey, you have to live here. I live here because I want to live here. Correct?
Yeah, that makes sense.
If a secular guy is going to move in, he's going to be uncomfortable. I don't want my kids should play in the house of a secular guy, because the reason why I want to live here because I want to be religious.
I see.
My kids should be religious.
Sure. That makes sense.
I don't hate them. I love
Yeah.
everybody.
No, that's reasonable.
I will have everybody.
Yeah. Have you heard of the all-white community in the Ozarks?
I know, yeah.
Would you agree with them doing that?
I don't know. I don't want to live there. The point is not this.
But you think they should be allowed to do so, though, right?
I have a lot of.
Do you think they should?
As I told you, you have to sit down.
Oh man, you're a complicated guy. Could I buy a house there? Would they let me?
Legally, I think you.
Legally, I could, but they wouldn't, right?
It's a good question.
Why is everyone so busy? Back to the video.
No, speak English.
None?
No.
As I was going around, my drone captured the most dangerous people in the city.
So this is wild. He's going around this community. Now, I get it. He can clip this. He can edit it whichever way to suit whatever narrative he wants, right? But you guys go there and try to film and see if you're even allowed to get this much footage. So what I've learned is a bunch of people there that don't speak English. Everyone is on a cell phone. A lot of times they got a lot of flip phones. They seem to love those flip phones. So everyone is too busy, but no one could say where they're working at. They keep saying that, oh, yeah, we work in construction. But then you look at the construction jobs, it's all Hispanics. Everyone is working, but it's just they can't point to any jobs. They say they're teaching, but every time you see them, no one is really teaching. They have these beautiful synagogues that you seemingly can't find a speck of dust. I'm just saying, everyone there has a van. The average kids are like 8 to 10. The welfare is rampant. And yeah, they're gatekeeping on who could buy houses there. And people are worried about BLM and George Floyd and all this stuff. There's no black neighborhoods that are operating like this at all. And they're saying, oh, well, you can buy a house here legally, but you'll be made to feel uncomfortable, and they probably won't even sell to you. So yeah, theoretically you could buy a house, but it's up to their discretion if they choose to sell to you. And if they don't sell to you, then you can't buy a house there. And if you're not a Hasidic Jew, they're not going to sell to you. But these people are trying to dance around the fact that they won't sell to you. They won't tell you how discriminatory they are, how prejudiced or how bigoted and racist they are. They won't tell you that. It's just framed in the way of, I'm a religious person. Religion is not a race, and religion is not law. They don't want secular people living next to them, but the only reason why they're allowed to practice Judaism, because this is a secular nation. They claim it's a white Christian nation. That's what they want it to be. But many of the founders who they like to tout, many of them weren't Christian, and they wanted to be separating church and state.
Drivers. But real quick, the sponsor of this video pulled out once they learned what the topic was. So if you want to support the channel, get access to these videos early, and watch never before seen content I can't upload on YouTube, go subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for $5 a month. Back to the video.
I have $500. You want? I can give you.
Hi, sir. He said that he gave me $500.
And go check it out.
You can call the police. They'll make a police report.
It doesn't pay.
$500 for that? Come on, man.
At least you give me $2,000.
I don't have
going to give you
$2,000.
change.
I don't have $2,000.
Oh, if it were me, I would just call the police, get the police report, and handle it through his insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's some damage right there. $2,000-$3,000 worth is my guess. And just for context, do you live here? You work here? Okay. Wow, look at this, another accident. Oh my God. It's just it. They cannot drive out here.
So another person, and this is New York, so it's expected, but another person with an accent from an immigrant background. And no, I'm not xenophobic, and no, I don't hate immigrants. I'm just pointing this out, how certain communities and demographics, they discriminate against American-born people, specifically if you're foundational Black American, in favor of hiring other people from immigrant backgrounds, from undocumented backgrounds, from any background except someone who's native born. How is this America first? Now, I know these people are not America first. They're, Jewish first, and I think that's fine. Just stop acting confused when someone says they're B1, Black first.
There's a car accident here. They're trying to go outside of insurance. It's a phenomenal style of driving out here that leads to quite a few car accidents, it seems like.
She's concerned that the police might have a really good relationship with the people here.
Oh, valid. They probably do. That's why we're going to hold them accountable with the camera. What happened?
I came down over here and she was over here and I was waiting and she started to backing up. I was turning and that's it.
I see. The rest is history.
I need license and registration.
Oh, yeah. He said that he's going to give me $2,000 to send me quick pay.
He said he's gonna give her $2,000 now, what she was originally asking, so we don't, use the resources and all that.
Wait, I gotta ask you a question. How many kids do you have?
7.
7? How do you afford to feed 7 kids out here?
I work 24 hours.
24 hours on the bus. Wow. Okay. Big families, hard workers.
God bless your trip.
Thank you.
So first the dude tried to lowball her and said, look, she said, nah, you hit my car. I won't contact my insurance if you just give me $2,000. I don't got $2,000. I'll give you $500. And then after the cops got called, suddenly he got $2,000. He pulled it out of his gluteus maximus. I thought you didn't have $2,000, bruh. And then even this dude, all the other people is like, yeah, I got 10 kids, 12 kids, 14 kids. This dude on the low end has 7 kids. So I'm sure they're looking at him like he's a failure.
23 degrees, frozen streets. School bus doesn't give up. No one can drive out here. We got the buses on our ass right now. What is this? What is this? What? Bro, this driving is insane. Bro, what is this fucking idiot in the school bus? Bro, what the fuck? What is this driving? What is this driving?
The way you're driving.
You're trying to kill us out here.
You're driving below the speed limit.
No, we weren't.
25.
You need to learn how to drive. You're gonna get your kids killed in here. You're gonna get these kids killed. An irresponsible school bus driver. And if you walk through the neighborhood, you'll begin to see the presence of kids everywhere as women give birth to about 7 children on average. Massive families, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus kids per family out here. All of these strollers and little kid bikes. Another one. Tons of kids. And then a school bus for those kids. New construction over there. More houses being built. Foundation being laid. Some of these houses are quite nice. I imagine there are massive families inside them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 wheeled toys for the kids. Can I ask you, how large is your family?
1.
And do most families have, how many kids do they have? Most families?
5, 10.
5, 10? How do they pay for that many kids? You don't know? What is your job?
The Bible.
You read the Bible?
It's very late for me.
For the kids? What is your job? Like, what do you do to make money?
My wife is working.
Okay, your wife works?
We have no time.
What do you do for work? Okay, all right, busy man. Thank you.
I'm a family of 6.
Okay, nice.
And I do handiwork.
Okay. Do most people out here work?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. What percentage of this whole town is children? Maybe like half?
No, more than.
More than half?
Yeah, because if you can have like 15 children in a family, automatically it's much more than half.
And last question for you. Are most families out here on any form of welfare, like Section 8, SNAP, Medicaid, housing assistance?
Most families?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so, not as far as I know.
Are you?
I have Medicaid, but
Okay.
I have my own business and I make my money.
Respect. Okay, we got the Crown Sterling right here. Hello. Can I interview as a local business owner? I'm trying to ask people about their business out here and how life is in Kiryas Yol.
Which kind of stores do you think?
I just want to interview anyone who owns a store out here.
Where is it going?
On YouTube.
It's working now?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No? Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so you don't want to be interviewed.
Delete this file.
I cannot delete it, but I will walk away. Are you sure you don't want to be interviewed?
I can sue you.
You can sue me? What? You went from this to this? You went nuclear. What? He's gonna sue me? Come on now. See this driving. My God. This terrible driving skill is a testament to the dense population. My God. It's a fascinating way of life. But despite 40% of the population living beneath the poverty line, I did not have to worry about getting shot or mugged out here by gangsta drug dealers on the corner of every block. In terms of random violence, I think this is the safest place I have ever filmed at. We got is this a flip phone vending machine? Flip phone vending machine? Wow. Instead of liquor stores, they had kosher phone vending machines and public safety security force. Is this funded by the taxpayers, this public safety, all these trucks and whatnot? Yes. Okay, so this is tax. Oh, you're busy, are you?
Yes.
Okay, of course. Of course you are. Thanks. And volunteer firefighters and EMS. Can you show me what's going on in here? Tell me what you guys do.
So basically, we provide coverage for the fire service for the village of Kiryas and the town of Palm Tree.
Okay. Are you a volunteer firefighter?
So they got Jewish fire departments that only serve Jewish people, Jewish cops that only serve Jews, Jewish buses that only pick up Jewish students and only take them to Jewish schools where they only go to schools with other Jewish people. They live in Jewish-only Hasidic neighborhoods where the only people that get hired are non-Jewish immigrants. And we should be championing this on because why?
All volunteer fire.
All volunteer work.
Fire department.
And how fast can you guys respond to emergencies, given how tiny the town is?
We have a 90-second
90
response.
seconds?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So anyone, even non-Jewish people, you guys will arrive?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Just for the whole community?
Yeah.
Okay, nice, man. Some volunteer work. There's some lessons we can learn. Communal living, helping each other out, looking out for each other. They even had their own kosher AAA.
So we got the Chevy Suburban, we got a pickup truck, and let me show you the
This is
equipment.
like Jewish AAA or what?
Basically.
But it's community funded, right?
Yes.
And I don't think this is nothing wrong with any of this stuff. I know some people will frame it as it's the Jews. No, it's just some W Jews taking advantage of the government assistance, goodies, giveaways, grants, and handouts that they've been giving through because they have the complexion for the protection from the collection. That's all this is. All people are saying is, hey, you know what? Since they have 17 babies, actually give them some more money so they can build the infrastructure. But don't only give them money, give money to the community who has actually fought, bled, and died for it. Because y'all don't want crime in the streets, right? Y'all are tired of black on black crime and depravity and degeneracy, right? So give them the same grants, goodies, giveaways, and guarantees that you're giving to this community and that you've been giving to the new arrivals. And then we'll see how this community is able to thrive and enfranchise themselves. They've done it multiple times over. It's just the government has worked with other law enforcement institutions to disenfranchise, to burn, to subjugate, to obliterate. So yeah, like, we've already built towns. We've already built multiple infrastructure. All we need is the monetary backing minus the meddling. You know what I mean? Y'all save some money from Doge, right? Invest in your citizens. And we're not saying only invest in us. Hey, invest in all of the American people, but don't bring over people from another country and say that they're fleeing gang violence or religious persecution, or this person is gay and their country is unfavorable to gays, so we have to bring them over here and give them reparations. No. Help the American citizens. I'm sure there's a bunch of snaggletooth, methyl, fentanyl heads in Appalachia. Help them. Make sure that they get their life, started, and that they have gainful employment and things as well. It's the greatest nation. They say there's nothing that we can't do. So then that means that we should be able to do reparations, right? We can go to Mars. We can go on the moon. It's just we can't figure out how to pay reparations, which, don't take my word for it. Look at Citigroup, the fourth largest financial institution in the world. In the world, Craig, they said paying Black American freedmen, descendants of U.S. chattel slavery, would be a boon, would be a boost, would be a surplus, an influx, a economic stimulus for our economy. Because we are not immigrants, so we don't have any place or any foreign land to send money to. Meanwhile, these other immigrants sent out over 450 billion in remittances in 2024 alone, estimated. Us, our money is going to be recycled within the U.S. economy, which will be a boon for the local and national economy and the stock market. So, yeah, I don't really have an issue with them having all of their own institutions. It's just the groundwork and the precedence has been laid. So our community needs the same thing so that people won't have to complain anymore. You won't have to worry about crime. We'll handle it from here. Y'all don't want to come put out any of our fires? Don't trip. We'll handle it from here. We'll rent to our own. We'll feed our own. We'll build with our own. How about that? It's not rocket science or quantum physics.
Who pays for the trucks?
We have a couple of sponsorships. Collision on the Go is one of our
That's
sponsors.
a local company here?
Yes.
In the area? So, for instance, I do not have to have a AAA membership if I live in Curious Shoal.
No, you can have our number. We got everything. All the equipment, everything what we need.
Even for the Gentiles?
Whatever you need. You call us, we're coming
So you guys
out.
are helping anyone who calls?
You call us, we go out.
Okay, we're hopping on a call right now. Let's see how this works. Thanks for having me. Hey, what's the call?
What was a flat tire?
Just a community member.
Yeah, just someone called.
Okay, there it is. Okay, so he's already on the job. He got here faster than us. Young volunteer, quick to the work. It would be pretty convenient to get a flat tire, call up the city, and they just help you out. Imagine that world. When you live the same, you look the same, you pray the same, you can do cool shit like that. But at the Curious Shoal Volunteer EMS, you got to give respect to all these guys doing volunteer work for the community. Can I pop in?
Sure. Okay. And here you go. Here's the food packages. Everybody gets a package of that. Some little chips inside.
Right, this is beautiful. Community unification here and altruism. I like it.
And we got to take notes, man. We got to do that for ourselves, for everyone else in America. Take notes. This is beautiful, but it requires some selflessness. It requires some additional work. You're missing hours with the family and loved ones and kids to help other people. They have a bigger picture approach here, and they look at the community as a whole. How many school buses are here?
The town, over 100.
Over 100.
Don't want them here to sound property.
Wait, but isn't it public property?
Yeah, I do agree that there is many things that you can learn from the community outside of what some would see as welfare abuse, but the way that they are sticking together, the camaraderie, the cohesiveness that they have in terms of moving towards a particular goal, in towards of the enfranchisement and enrichment of the community. There does take a certain level of selflessness and sacrifice, and obviously quite a bit of government and taxpayer assistance as well. Would be remiss without throwing that caveat in.
No, this is a privately owned lot with publicly funded buses.
Yes.
Oh, it's privately owned buses too.
Privately owned buses too.
And you guys just purchased the buses yourselves?
Yeah.
Like who individually?
According to Market US, the global artificial intelligence market is expected to almost.
So that's a lot of buses. Like, who just has the money for this alleged poor community? Who has the money to buy all these buses? Now, when there is a rich Jewish person, they will pour a lot of money into this community because they want the community to thrive. So many of the oligarchs, the wealthy elites from other communities, you can learn a thing or two about how they operate. Now, I'm not saying, hey, because they did it, you have to do it too. But if you're talking about empowerment, progressivism, and moving a society and a community forward, you can start with some of these things. And I don't think that you need to be on government assistance to do it. But hey, if they can do it and you're able to get on it, then hey, I guess it's not so immoral after all. You know what I mean? Since like they said the book says to be fruitful and multiply. So if you're being fruitful and multiply, then, you know, multiply the welfare applications as well. See if they can multiply the amount that they put on your EBT card.
The rabbi buys the buses. Am I stupid? Then who buys the fucking buses then? If it's a stupid question. Well, who's the boss of the town? Of what?
This is a private owned company.
Sure. I see. Is it mostly private schools out here? Is it a mix of private and public schools? 99% private. And of course, kosher supermarkets maintained by an army of Mexican laborers all over town. Just keep in mind, everything's kosher. Excuse me. Do you guys take EBT?
We do.
Like, do most people come in here and use EBT? Yeah. Okay. What percentage of people would you say use EBT for their groceries here? 100%? Wow. He said 100%. What percentage would you say? What would be your estimate?
Well, 50, but not 100.
Because 100's too much, right? What percentage of people here use EBT for their groceries?
35%.
A little bit difficult to conclude what to take away from that. The question.
Pretty nice stores. I mean, touche. Pretty nice stores. Some say 100% is using EBT. Some say 35%. But then, you know, they like to say per capita, right? So what percentage of the Jewish population is there? 1%, 2%? So even if it was 2% of the population and 35% was using welfare, is that a but per capita moment?
Are a lot of these big families dependent on the welfare state to survive? And then the secondary question is, do they work?
Yes, I work here.
I know, but do the people that live here work here?
My work is for the people that live here.
Okay, so that's what I've heard. A lot of business owners. Heard some people do study the Torah for a couple of years.
They do that many times.
Their wives are working. That's what I've learned too. And a synagogue around every street's corner so the men could study the Torah while their wives went out and worked.
Now, if this was the Black community and we was at home studying the Bible or the Quran and our wives was out being boss babes and working, what will we be called? We're already called every negative stereotype, you know, imaginable. But could you imagine if it was a bunch of black dudes staying at home, reading the Torah, the Talmud, the Bible, the Quran, while the sister girls was out working? How would black people be labeled? But how are these men labeled?
People are studying, praying. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, I think I finally made it. Synagogue. Synagogue? Okay. Let's just say hi. It's a synagogue. Can I see it? Thank you. How do people afford to have such big?
I've been on sildenafil for years. It handles the blood flow, but my mind just doesn't stay in the game.
Families out here.
Oh, this is a problem, you know.
What
struggle? Yeah.
People struggle?
Yeah.
What do people do for jobs? Because I've noticed a ton of the Mexicans are working the retail stores.
Yeah.
What do the Jewish people do for work?
They own the business.
How do they get to own the businesses?
I have no idea. We could say
people work by themselves.
Okay.
They work hard. They are bosses. They are teachers. They're employees by companies. And people build up companies by themselves. And people build up their businesses by their own. You work from 9 to 5. A lot of people work more. You work hard.
Okay, I see. It's 2:59. Why aren't people at work?
A lot of people are at work.
But you guys aren't at work.
Living here?
Yeah.
These are all teenagers.
I see. Okay, these are young kids.
Young kids.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, so do you work?
I'm in college.
Okay, where do you go to college?
Here.
Oh, here. Okay, in town.
Yes.
You have your own college. Do all the adults go to work?
Most, I will say.
Most?
90%.
Okay, do people here survive off of welfare?
Not true.
It's not true.
No. Everyone have to work. You have to get money. But
Yeah.
when you have a lot of kids, like you have 8 kids, you can also get.
He's saying everyone has to work, but then he's asking them, where do you work? And then all the places that he goes to, there's mainly Mexicans working there. And then when he's saying, okay, but what do you guys do for work? Oh, well, we pray and they study. So they're studying all day, claiming they're working in construction and doing billboards and all sorts of odds, ends, and jobs. It's just, you can never find them doing those jobs. Interesting.
Benefits like.
I see. Like the official number for like Medicaid, and it was like 93%. That number is not real.
You can look it up. It's not 93%.
It will say 93%.
Yeah, check it up now.
But I've already looked it up. I know what it'll
Yes?
say. Yeah, they'll say 93%.
Where does it say?
On Google. I don't know if that's real though. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
I don't know, because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people
think
and most people have a lot of kids, and even if they work,
Yeah.
they're qualified.
They qualify. Yeah. Okay, we got some knowledge just now. He says there's some misconceptions about the place. Is this where you make the iconic fur hats? Hey, let's see it. Can I try it on? Okay. Thank you. Whoa. It's heavy. On its spins too. For $1,500 USD at the cheapest price. Thank you guys for showing me. 8K? $8,000? My God. As I was interviewing people, this dude tried.
Yeah, I think I'm okay, let's see what this dude has to say. 8,000 for that hat, and the cheap ones are 1,500. Did y'all see this hat? $8,000 for this hat? Are you kidding me? I can get a clean little whip with that. I ain't paying $8,000 for this hat. But I mean, how are people that are enjoying the fruits of welfare affording $8,000 hats? Just curious.
Whoa. It's heavy. On its spins too. For $1,500 USD at the cheapest price. Thank you guys for showing me. 8K? $8,000? My God. As I was interviewing people, this dude tried to revoke my cameraman's First Amendment right to film him on a public sidewalk. It is a struggle getting B-roll out here.
Hey, it's illegal. It isn't.
What?
It isn't. Howdy.
What is the pictures about?
Just feel like filming.
Filming what?
Just everything.
What do you mean everything?
What are you recording here?
Because I feel like it.
Why?
Because I feel like it.
For whom are you recording it?
Because I feel like it.
And where will you post it?
I don't know, wherever my heart desires.
You took pictures of me personally.
I'm happy.
And I
You look
want to
beautiful.
know. I want to know where you're gonna post it.
Everywhere.
Because I don't want to be.
I'm sorry. You walked into my shot, so.
No. I was before across the street, and you
It's
pointed
okay.
the camera on me.
It's not a big deal. You're in public.
And then we began debating as to whether or not Curious Joel took out more money from the system than it gave back.
Why do you think that most people have your welfare?
The more kids you have, the more money you'd get if you're in those programs.
It's not because people are defrauding. When you have larger families, you're automatically, you can qualify in a bigger percentage.
100%.
Take out statistic and say, oh, this person has 6 kids. Look how much grants they receive from the government. But if you look at their expenses, then you see it's a different ball game. It just gives you, helps you to survive. It pushes through. How much money Curious Joel community saves for the state and the federal government by the fact that we have private schools. We have big business people that pay taxes and they contribute a lot. We have a lot of charity that's helping out people. And also the fact that we study Torah, which in big part includes you should be honest and stay away from crime. So thank God that the crime rate is very low. So that also saves a lot of money from police enforcement and from jails.
But I noticed you guys have that private security, which is taxpayer funded, right?
But that's paid from our taxes. It's a village.
Assuming you pay taxes, though, right?
Do you think someone here doesn't pay property tax?
Yeah, for sure. Renters.
I'm a renter.
You're a renter.
Yes. And my landlord 1 year increased me the rent because the tax went up. How can he afford it? Because I pay him rent.
Oh, yeah. You're arguing the cost is indirectly turned over to
It's
you
not
as the renter.
indirectly, it's directly.
Let's say I had 10 kids and I made between 60 to 90K a year as a household. Then I could get almost $13,000 in cash benefits and pay no state income tax and no federal tax. So I would get $13,000 in cash, which I could then pay to, let's say, a landlord. Let's call it $2,000. That's half the year paid.
Don't get the tax credit per child. You get
You do, though.
tax credit, but once you have 3 or 4 children, you don't get more if you have more
That's
children.
not true. The tax credit is multiplied by how many children you have. And there's no limit to the children you can have.
It's a formula. And you take in account that someone has 13 kids and they pay tuition, they pay grocery, they feed their children, and they have...
I'm arguing a lot of the taxpayers are paying for their children in the form of SNAP, EBT, and healthcare in the form of Medicaid.
I got it, and I want to answer you.
Yeah.
Now, you make this budget, figure out how much this costs, and now you say that you call a cash benefit, a tax return of benefit of $13,000. This doesn't cover 10 children. It's just a help.
But when you supplement that with the healthcare is covered via Medicaid, you have SNAP and EBT that helps cover groceries, if not the full amount for the groceries.
Have SNAP. The SNAP maybe would give $1,000 a month for a family, but you go in the grocery, you check the prices, you can't afford, you can't feed 10 people plus a father, mother, 12 people from.
He's getting $1,000 a month in SNAP and is complaining and saying, oh, because I have 10 kids, you can't feed 10 kids on $1,000 a month. I'm sure you could figure it out. People have had to figure it out with less, let alone $1,000 a month. No one told you to have 10 kids.
$1,000 a month. So it's just a push, like it's a help. It's not covering.
That's true.
So, and also me personally, I told you I'm working in the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
I don't have Medicaid. I have insurance by my employer.
Agreed,
If
yeah.
you take all business people, successful business people, just from Curious Joel, their taxes covers everything that we take back. There's someone, Kiva Klein. He's a big developer. I'm sure he pays a lot of taxes. You see over there, Epstone. They're compensating with their tax payments, and then they're compensating with they have charity that they help out a lot of people here. The Jewish people that you claim, they're employing like over 1,000 people. They have a big building in Manhattan. They pay a lot of property tax. They have warehouses in New Jersey, and they're a very fair company. They're honest. And even though they are the job providers,
they're employing over 1,000 people, and none of them seem to be native or born Americans. Seems like there's just a bunch of undocumented indentured servant labor, but hey, let's praise them for employing people. And then many of the others that they're employing are their own community. So, okay, that's praiseworthy that they're hiring their own, but in order for them to hire specifically their own, in order to only hire your own and rent to your own and loan to your own, you have to conscientiously and actively be discriminating against others, which is fine. You know, that's what this nation was built on. Just stop pretending that that's not what you're doing.
So you'd say overall,
the Hasidic Jewish community is a financial positive.
Contributing to the
Contributing to
United
society.
States.
He was basically arguing that the minority of extremely wealthy Jewish businessmen that employ a ton of people elsewhere easily compensates for.
So John Krogan says, my buddy lived in Sullivan County, Monticello, New York for many years after leaving Washington Heights, NYC, and that whole area is a Hasidic Jewish community. And that's kind of how they want it. You know what I mean? They like to always talk about anti-Semitism if you just ask certain questions. But it's not anti-black for them to not want to live towards black people, to be slumlords towards black people, to call black people niggers and all sorts of other racial slurs. But if there's one black person that does something to a Jewish person, somehow the whole black community has to answer for it. But when Jewish people who have historically been, let's just say, oppressive towards black people, you know, that's just a one-off. You know, we helped with the civil rights. Yeah, you guys also helped popularize blackface. You also helped create segregated enclaves and redlining with the Jewish Levitt towns made by the Levitt brothers. So let's tell it all, you know. But hey, I say what's good for the Jews, like it should be good for everybody else. If it's not, then you know you have to highlight why this group is so special and deserves preferential treatment. If you believe that they do, then let's just lay it out clearly and coherently so we can unpack it.
The amount of money residents here took out of the system in various forms of welfare.
How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing well. It's a little cold.
Yeah, I know. What's going on?
Nothing much?
No?
How can I help you?
I was just calling to talk to you. So people are a little nervous to be recording with the masks and stuff. So
It's cold. Mask stays on, you know?
I get it. You know what I mean? I just got called here, so I got to come by and
For sure.
do my due diligence. You know what I mean?
100%, sir.
Okay. So what are you recording for?
Just personal stuff.
I get you. It's public, so I know you can.
If you've never been to a community like this, right?
Sure.
You're unknown.
Sure.
Unusual activity. Suspicious for you to have a camera at people's faces wherever they go.
You guys are going to be upset that they're here, right? You guys are going to call us over here. Just don't engage them. You know what I mean? If that's what you guys
Yeah, no one's forced to get.
Some people are going to get upset that they're here.
Well, welcome to the United States of America.
I don't want to get recorded.
This is the United States of America. Then just walk away. Just walk away. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is some bullshit. You know it. You don't get extra privileges. No. This is bullshit. You know it.
Yeah, they're going to be upset and calling about you guys. And you guys don't want us harassing you.
Well, why would you harass us if we're exercising our First Amendment, right?
Because
Am
you
I
follow
harassing?
people.
Exactly. It's a rhetorical question. There's no means to
well,
harass us. We're doing nothing wrong.
No. There was a terrorist attack in Israeli Sunday. You come in front of synagogue with a covered face, people are
I
allowed
didn't.
to get
I get the face.
No, I'm
sure.
answering his question, but he didn't ask you the question, right? He was talking to me right now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
agree.
What I told you too.
Sure.
Yeah, is if you guys are going to call about each other and have
Yeah.
these kinds of interactions, right? No, we had the fine conversation. Just leave each other alone.
All right, this is excessive. Obviously, we can talk to anyone who wants to talk. This is the equivalent of a doctor. Come in here, get yourself checked out. So is this a hospital or like a doctor clinic?
It's a medical facility, so there's lots of like doctor's offices. Okay.
Is this mostly for the Jewish community? Do I have to be Jewish to get health
I
care?
do not have to be Jewish.
Okay. Are most people here on like Medicaid?
A lot of patients are.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
She said a lot of patients are on Medicaid, which is in conflict with what they're telling me in the synagogue.
And they're having so many kids, Curious Joel's population doubled from 2010 to 2024.
How many kids on average does each family have out here?
Between 2 and really unpredictable.
Like 2 to 10?
Yeah.
How many do you have?
3.
3. Okay, that's pretty small for out here, right?
I'm still in the younger age.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, young man. What do people do for work out here?
There's all kind of work. There's a lot of educated people. There's everything. Anyways, I gotta go work. Thank you so much.
What do you do for work, by the way?
I'm doing a few things. I'm driving buses. I'm working in a mechanic shop. I'm working a lot in the office.
That's a lot of jobs.
Yes.
So if you want to talk about people living in a theocratic, ethnic enclave, then look no further. Curious Joel is an example of that, and then some. When people are talking about Dearborn, Michigan this, Dearborn, Michigan that, this is an example of only Jews living here, and a lot of them are tapping into welfare benefits.
Okay, so that's the video there. So all the people that love to say it's the Jews, you know what I'm going to say? Okay, thanks. That was the Jews, but for historical and clarification purposes, what race were those Jews? They were Jewish. That's not a race. So again, what race were those Jews? And John says there also is a lot of interrelated family relationship issues. Are you meaning like incestuous? Could you clarify with that? And this has been a fruitful stream. We're about almost 2.5 hours in. I'm going to get ready to shut her down. I do want to give a humongous shout out to all of the people who have viewed this live concurrently and that will be watching this on the replay. You know, I have a series of visuals I'm going to do the rundown and hit y'all with. And I do hope that y'all stick around until the stream shuts down. Also, when it leaves, y'all can leave a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a power fist, a fire emoji. Leave some comments in the chat to boost the algorithm. It won't cost you a fee. The likes are free. So that is a way that you can support, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Many of my streams are impromptu. I don't have a schedule just yet, but if you hit that notification bell, then you will be able to stay abreast with all of the content. So let me give y'all a friendly reminder. Time for a like intermission. We kindly request that you show love to the channel's creator and platform by leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest content. Liking posts is completely free and helps the algorithm boost our reach. We want to grow the community larger and larger. So thank you all who take the time to support us. It does mean the world to us and doesn't go unnoticed. And before we get out of here, you know, I'm gonna hit you. Yeah. Hey. B-Eazy Dat Dude, shit so hot it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. I bring the pain like an aftermath of a car wreck. It's a lot of niggas that say they real, but to me that shit is far-fetched. Frontin' cats is pussy. They really is on some feminine stuff. I rock up on them with the 40 ounces. It's a definition of adrenaline rush. What it do is sweet like cinnamon puffer. My niggas is rough like Willow Pass. Grew up out on Mary Mac, but I used to hang on Willow Pass. These birds that I roll with, outcasts and misfits. For the zip lips so you get hit when the fifth spit. Flatline in your Fitbit. Trap habits is black magic, no voodoo. Get the bands like Buku. For the cocaine they go cuckoo. Most these niggas is foo-foo, so I'm shitting on them like doo-doo. I can't fuck with y'all like tofu. I'm just saying, man, like Goku. Bad bitches at the house with me watching Netflix or Roku. Fuck them both at the same time, and I swear to God it was so cool. Street legend, real boss, I call shots cause I'm still saucy. I know some G's to the bike crack on Chirac and fly back out to Millwall. When they hear me flow, they say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. When you hear me flow, say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up.
B-Eazy Dat Dude. B-Eazy Dat Dude. Yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the ballroom, you gotta stand the rain. that dude, yeah, they know the name. Big Glock to B-Eazy Dat Dude.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.